Roman Dolidze has a contract signed. And we just saw a lot of middleweight fights get announced recently. We had Paulo Costa versus Hamzat Chimaev in the middleweight division. We had Ikram Aliskerov taking on Nasruddin Imavov. Andre Muniz already has a fight with light heavyweight top 10 Paul Craig. Chris Curtis is coming off a loss. Sorta, kinda. It was a no contest. But to Nasruddin Imavov, so there's no way they're going to push him up to number 9. In the UFC middleweight division, Kelvin Gastelum is moving down to welterweight. Brendan Allen, now this is one that a lot of people were talking about and were saying was going to be the fight. I was like, that makes sense. Roman Dolidze versus Brendan Allen does definitely make sense to be made in the UFC middleweight division, but I'm talking like yesterday, Brendan Allen was calling out Robert Whittaker, Jerry Cannonier, as well as Marvin Vettori in the UFC middleweight division. And I believe like a month ago, Brendan Allen did actually reject a Roman Dolidze fight in the UFC middleweight division. So I think it's safe to say that Roman Dolidze is not going to be fighting anyone ranked below him that's in the top 15. He already fought Jack Hermanson. Again, Gastelum's going down. Allen rejected him. Imavov has a fight. Muniz has a fight. And Gutierrez is coming off a loss. Costa has a fight above him. Strickland's about to fight for the belt. He already lost to Vettori. Cannonier's coming off a win. There's no way they're giving him Robert Whittaker. Pereira to light heavyweight. Duplessis is going to get the winner of Adesanya versus the myth, the legend, Sean Strickland. I don't know what I just said. So, what does that leave us with? Derek Brunson, who is ranked right above him, coming off a loss to Jerry Cannonier and coming off a loss to Dricus Duplessis. There's actually a good chance that could happen because he lost at number 4 and number 1 in the middleweight division. They could very well do number 8 versus number 9 as the co-main event or maybe the main event of a fight night. But I know this is a very drawn out video. Again, most of these guys have fights. And if we look at the unranked guys, Caio Borralho already has a fight. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I forgot about that. Yeah, Chris Curtis is fighting Anthony Hernandez. Tavares, RoboCop, they all have fights. Ikram has a fight. Bruno Silva's coming off a loss. You look at who there is, and it's literally just Jun Park, who I think deserves a top 15 fight, and then Joe Pfyer as well, who also kind of deserves a top 15 fight at this point in time. So those are our 3 options. We narrowed it down. It has to be one of those 3 because there's no way that he's going so low into the rankings to fight Bo Nickel or to fight like a Roman Kopylov or a Jacob Malkoun or an Armin Petrosian, a Marc-Andre Barriault. There's no way they're doing any of those fights. It comes down to one of these 3 guys. Jun Park, Joe Pfyer, or Derek Brunson. In the UFC middleweight division, I don't believe it'll be Derek Brunson, and I personally believe Joe Pfyer, Roman Dolidze, UFC 292, UFC 293. I'd assume it could be a main event. You never know. They could make it a main event of a fight night just to really build the name of Joe Pfyer, but I don't know. That's what I think happens. Joe Pfyer, Roman Dolidze in the middleweight division. What do y'all think? Is that what's next? Put your thoughts down below.